Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Colleen and I'm going to be guiding you through a short grounding Hatha practice. We're going to start our practice in Sukhasana, so cross-legged position. You can grab hold of a block and maybe sit up onto a block if that feels more comfortable for you. You can also take the legs extended out nice and long if that feels better for you today. Start to ground down through your tailbone, lifting all the way to the crown of the head. The hands can either relax in the knees or in the lap. We're going to invite our palms to face down towards the body. And either taking a soft gaze down towards the floor or gently closing down your eyes. Allow yourself to arrive here on your mat today. Connecting to yourself. Connecting to your body. Feel the parts of the body that are connected to your mat. Feel the support the mat has of your body. And start to notice the length of your spine. The hands or arms connected to the legs. Then getting your awareness towards your breath. Not changing the breath in any way. Just watching as the air flows in and out the body. What can you notice about your breath? Is it shallow in the chest, in the shoulders? Is it deeper in the rib cage or stomach? We'll start to elongate and deepen our breaths. You might want to place one hand onto the lower stomach and the other onto the heart center. Let go of any breath that you have just now. Then inhale through the nose, expanding through the stomach, rib cage, chest. Pause at the top of your inhale, and then slowly exhaling. Inhale breath. Hold. Exhale breath. One more inhale. Hold. And exhale. You You can allow your breath to return back to a natural rhythm, natural pace. Then turning the hands back towards the legs. Drop your chin down towards your chest. Tilt the head back, lifting the face up to sky, opening up through the throat. Chin to chest. Face to sky. Chin to chest. Face to sky. Come back through center and we'll tilt our right ear towards the right shoulder. Take the right hand on the top of the head and then the left fingertips down just slightly away from the body. Don't worry if the fingertips don't meet the floor, they don't have to, but just think about reaching and lengthening. So we're stretching all the way from the ear down towards the middle finger. And then swapping over sides. Come back through center, interlace the fingers behind the back and then start to draw the shoulder blades together, lifting the chest and gaze up. We'll take our clasped fists over to our right hip, then look over the left shoulder, maybe even tilting the left ear slightly down. And then back through center. And over to the opposite side. And then letting that go. If you're on a block, you can pop your block to one side. And then we'll meet in a tabletop position. So making your way on to your hands and knees. Hands are stuck underneath the shoulders, either with the fingers spread nice and wide, or if the wrists feel a little bit sensitive, you can come up onto fists instead. The knees underneath the hips, about hip distance apart, so a little space between them. We're going to move through some cat and cow movement. Inhale as the stomach drops, let the head and tailbone lift up to sky, shoulder blades draw down the spine. Then as we exhale, tucking the chin towards the chest, navel to spine, creating space between the shoulder blades. Inhale as we drop and lengthen, taking the gaze up. Exhale as we round. Take 3 more of this movement with your own breath and see if you can concentrate on the movement in between these two postures. Feeling as the vertebra in the spine ravels and unravels. Once you're finished your third round, you can come back through your neutral spine. We'll extend our right leg out to the side and plant the foot down onto the floor. Then just starting to find a little gentle rock back and forth. Starting to awaken the inside of the right leg. Then you have the choice now to tuck the left toes under, getting a little bit of a toe stretch. Send the hips back. Maybe you come sit back onto the heel and then lengthening the arms away. The forehead might drop down onto a block or onto your mat if that feels comfortable. We're not trying to cause any more strain or stress to the body. Just meeting ourselves where we're at. Shift your weight forward again. If the toes are tucked, you can untuck the toes. We're going to keep our right hand down to the mat. Reach the left hand up and take a big inhale breath as you open. As we exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right armpit. And you can take the side of the face again down to a block or onto your mat. You might keep the right hand where it is, or you can reach the right fingertips towards the top of your mat. Or maybe even taking the right hand behind your back towards your left hip, or a bind around the thigh. If the hand is behind the back, you might peel the right shoulder further back, finding a deeper rotation of the chest. And breathing here. See if you can breathe through the nose. Noticing the sensations you might feel. Where do you notice this pose? Then start to unravel. You can support yourself with your hands, bringing the right knee back through centre. A little rock the hips from side to side. Then we're going to do the same for the opposite leg. So you can extend the left leg out to the side, planting the foot down. Start to find your gentle rock back and forth. We have the option to tuck the right toes under now and then sending the hips back towards the heel, maybe sitting back onto the heel. Lengthening through the arms, chest softens down towards the mat. Shift your body forward. Taking the left hand onto your mat, reach the right hand up, inhale as you open, exhale as we thread it through. Side of the face can come down towards the floor, towards your mat, and then your choice, which option you take for the left arm. You can untuck the right toes if that feels comfortable. If it feels more supportive to have the toes tucked, you can. Maybe peeling the left shoulder a little bit further back. And just breathing here. Start to unravel, supporting yourself with the hands. And then guiding the knee back through centre, coming back to your tabletop. A little rock the hips from side to side. You can start to send the hips back towards your heels, coming into Child's Pose, Balasana. It's up to you whether your knees are together or you can take the knees a little bit further apart and then allowing yourself to sink down from here. And this pose is your invitation to tune inwards. Reconnecting back to your body. Reconnecting back to yourself. When we feel ready, starting to lift yourself back up. We're going to come up into our first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So the hands slightly in front of the shoulders, tuck your toes under, then starting to send the sit bones back and up into sky. When you find your downward facing dog, you can find a little bit of movement, so a little pedal through the feet, drawing one heel down and the other. How does the backs of the legs feel today? How's the hamstrings, the calves? Maybe even the shoulders. Then can we take a bit of stillness here? Start to press your mat away with the hands, finding something called Hatha Bandha. So I want you to press your fingertips and knuckle joints down into your mat, feeling a lightness through the palms. The chest draws closer to your thighs. If the hamstrings feel tight, take a big bend to the knees. We're going to hold for 4 more breaths, breathing through the nose. Then after your fourth breath, you can take your gaze towards your hands, and we're going to make our way to Uttanasana, forward fold, however feels good to you. So when you arrive in your forward fold, your feet can be maybe about hip distance apart, so a little space between them. Find some softness to your knees, an option to hold on to opposite elbows, then just swaying gently from side to side. Can you relax through the neck, through the jaw, and even the eyebrows? Let go of the elbows, coming into a little bit of a dangle, maybe a big releasing sigh here. Then you have the option, if you want to, take your peace fingers and thumbs, that's your index finger, middle finger, and then the thumbs, around your big toes. Then we allow ourselves to hinge a little bit closer to the legs, so maybe tucking the elbows in tight towards the shins here, the outside of your shins, and think about lengthening the crown of your head, the top of the head, closer to the floor, sending the sit bones a little bit higher. And you can still have a bit of a bend in the knees here if the hamstrings feel tight. Taking 3 breaths. And then letting that go. Find softness to your knees, and nice and slowly we'll start to stack the spine one vertebra at a time. Slowly and carefully guiding yourself all the way up into standing. Maybe a big shoulder roll back in time. Then come stand to the top of your mat. We're standing into Tadasana, mountain pose. So either your feet hip distance apart, or you can take your big toes to touch with the heels slightly apart. And then pressing down into the toes, the outer edges of your feet, the heels. See if you can find a little lift of the arches of your feet. If you tend to lock out your knees, have a little softness to the knees. Engaging Mula Bandha, I want you to engage your pelvic floor muscles. Hands can relax either side of the body, palms face forward. Press down into our feet whilst lifting to the crown of the head. Coming into a one-legged Tadasana, put the weight into your left foot, lift the right knee off your mat, maybe reaching the arms up above the head. You can point through your toes. Find something that doesn't move, focusing on it to help with your balance. Then we'll step our right foot back, and as we step the right foot back, we're going to plant the foot down on the angle, so about a 45-60 degree angle. And then guiding the hands to square off the hips, coming into Virabhadrasana 1, bending into the left knee, the arms can reach above the head. Maybe the hands are shoulder distance, or maybe you guide the palms together in prayer above the head. Finding a little slight tilt of the hands back, lifting the chest and gaze up. Even as the hands reach above the head, can you plug the shoulders in towards the body? And just breathing here. Start to straighten out your left leg now. So straight front leg. We're going to come into our Parivrtta Trikonasana, so a revolved Trikonasana. If you've got a block and would like to use a block, you can grab hold of it just now. So having that same Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1 stance with the feet, keeping the left leg lengthened, the right hand can take hold of your block, or you can not have a block, use a book as well if you don't have the block. Left hand comes onto left hip, and then you reach the right hand up into sky. Take a big inhale breath. As we exhale, take the hand down to the inside of your foot, so either onto your block, or if you feel quite open, you might take the hand down towards the floor. Then we start to rotate through the chest and lift the left hand up into sky. If it feels okay for the neck, you can gaze towards the left fingertips. If the hamstring allows it, lengthening through the left leg. Breathing here. And don't be afraid to use props. Props are there to support you and help you find the posture. You can take the hand down. We're going to lift ourselves up and then open the feet. If you've got a block, you might pop it just in front of the body. So now we're sideways onto our mat. Heel toe the feet a little bit wider now. And the toes can slightly rotate in. Hands to waist or hips. Big inhale breath as we lengthen up. As we exhale, we melt forward. You can take your hands down, maybe onto your block, onto the floor. If you feel quite open in this pose, you might walk the hands so that the fingertips are in line with your toes. The hands are shoulder distance apart. Then we bend at the elbows. It's like we're taking Chaturanga Dandasana arms. The elbows bend and then we lengthen it through the spine. Think about the tailbone reaching up, crown of the head reaching down. With each fold, you can find softness to the knees if you'd rather. You can also change your stance, heel toe the feet further apart or closer together. Maybe the head meets the ground. And start to find a little softness to your knees. You can heel toe your feet a little bit closer together if you'd rather. Hands come to waist or hips. Find softness to your knees, engaging through your core. Start to pull yourself all the way up into standing. Nice. Then we'll rotate our feet to look towards the top of our mat and step the foot towards the top of the mat, giving the legs a little shake off. Let's do the same for the opposite side. So we'll stand onto our right foot. Left knee up into sky, reaching the arms up. One-legged Tadasana, pointing through the toes. Keep breathing here. Let's step the foot back, coming back into our Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One. Plant the foot down on the angle, bend the right knee, pulling the right hip crease a little bit further back, left hip crease a little bit further forward. Hands reach above the head, either shoulder distance or together above the head in Anjali Mudra. You might tilt the hands slightly back, lifting the chest and gaze slightly up. And in this pose, we're grounding down through our feet whilst really lengthening and reaching up through the arms. Two opposite forces happening. Start to lengthen through the leg. If you're using a block, you can grab hold of your block again. This time we take hold of it with the left hand. Right hand to right hip, left hand reaches up to sky. Inhale. Exhale, taking the hand down to the inside of the foot, onto your block or onto the mat. Start to rotate through the chest, keep lengthening through the legs, and then reaching the right arm up. Maybe taking the gaze towards the right fingertip. Just a few more breaths here. Letting that go, you can start to lift yourself up and then rotating through the feet. I'm just going to swap direction. We're coming back to that nice wide stance. This time we'll take the heels in and the toes out. We're going to come into one of my favourite yoga postures, or goddess pose. So start to bend into the knees and then reach the hands up above the head, maybe guiding the palms together above the head. Getting nice and low into the hips. Keep pressing the knees open. You can find a slight tilt of the pelvis under, so we're lengthening through the spine. Head stacked over heart, heart stacked over the pelvis. One long line. And then just breathing here, you've got it. lengthening. Take the hands to the heart center. You can heel toe your feet a little bit closer together now. You're gonna come into Malasana, yogic squat. So heels in, toes out, same again. If you wanted to, you can sit onto a block, taking a block or even 2 blocks, a bolster behind you if you'd rather. Heels in, toes out, we start to squat down, sinking the hips down. Readjust your stance if you need to. If the heels lift, that's okay. You can use your hands for support or maybe slide something underneath the knees to help support them. Tailbone draws down, crown of the head lifts up. Option to guide the palms together at heart center, using the elbows to help open up through the hips. Might feel quite nice here to drop the gaze down or close down the eyes. We're going to take 5 breaths, elongating through each part of the breath. After your 5th breath, you can support yourself with your hands, pop your block to one side if you're using it, and then come sit on to our mats. And we'll extend the legs out nice and long in front of us. Move any flesh you've got underneath your sit bone. If you want to sit up onto your block again, you can, or you can fold maybe a blanket over or even a cushion to allow you to find a little tilt of the pelvis. Coming into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. If you know your hamstrings feel quite tight, you can take a bend to the knees, but we want to keep our feet active. Pull the toes towards you and press the heels away from you. On your inhale, lift and lengthen the arms up to sky. As we exhale, start to send the chest forward first, and then let the hands come down wherever they may go. You can soften through the head. If you are feeling particularly open in this pose and you have a block or even 2 blocks, you can take your blocks towards the soles of your feet and then take the hands into them. This is going to help you find a little bit more of a deeper sensation. So I want you to know that this pose isn't about trying to get anywhere in particular. You don't have to force anything. Each asana, each posture is an invitation to learn something else about yourself, to learn something new. These poses help us guide a deeper sense of connection to ourselves. To connect to our bodies a bit more. Noticing what feels good and maybe what doesn't feel so good. And then starting to lift and lengthen back up. You can shuffle forward onto your mat, pop your blocks to one side if you're using them. Plant your feet down onto your mat, knees look up to sky. We reach the arms out long in front of us and then lift through the chest. We're going to start to unravel down to our mats. Coming from the count of 7. 7, start to unravel. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Soften all the way down. Well done. Knees can come into your chest. Take hold of them with the hands. Maybe a little gentle squeeze. Can feel quite nice to draw some slow circles with the knees going in one direction. And going in the opposite direction. Extend your arms nice and wide, T shape, Or if you'd rather, you can cactus with the arms. So that's with the elbows bent and the palms looking up towards sky. We'll take an inhale breath here. As we exhale, allow the knees to fall to the left as the gaze comes to the right. Option to take the left hand on top of the right thigh, just encouraging this twist a little bit more. Can you allow both shoulder blades to stay anchored down towards the floor? Can you breathe a little bit deeper? On your next inhale breath, lifting the knees back up through centre. And then exhale, allow them to fall all the way over to the opposite side. Gaze can come over the left shoulder this time. Right hand might come on top of the left thigh just to help with this twist. If you haven't already, I'll encourage you to either close your eyes down or just soften your gaze. Really tuning inwards. Being with yourself. Come back through centre. Then we're coming into our final posture, or Shavasana. So you can allow the legs to lengthen out nice and long, the feet about hip distance apart. The hands can relax either side of the body, with the palms looking up towards sky. Roll the shoulder blades down your spine, finding a little length. You can close down your eyes or maybe just gaze gently up to the ceiling above you. Giving your body the permission now to completely soften. To relax. To be still. Shavasana is the space where we really get to integrate our practice. Letting the body and mind absorb all of the asanas we've just practiced. Letting ourselves bathe in the energy that we've created. Letting go of the need to do anything. Letting go of any planning or reminiscing. Instead, just being here with your breath. Calm. Relaxed. If you want to stay longer in your Shavasana, please do. Just pause this video and stay in this calm state. If you feel ready to, you can start to invite some movement back to your body. Wiggle the fingers, the toes, circle the wrists, ankles. Maybe stretching the hands over the head, taking a full body stretch. Option to hug your knees into your chest, giving yourself a gentle squeeze, maybe a little rock from side to side. And taking your time as slowly and as carefully as you can, come on to the right side of your body. Pausing here for a moment, maybe using the arms as a pillow. Take the time to thank yourself. Thank yourself for showing up for yourself today. Thank your body for allowing you to practice. And maybe seeing if you can set the intention to move throughout the rest of your day or even week with the same mindfulness and presence you have on your mat today. And slowly and carefully starting to guide yourself back up into any comfortable seated position of your choice. We'll close our practice by taking the hands together at heart center, Anjali Mudra. Take a big inhale through the nose. Then a big exhale through your mouth. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. When you feel ready, you can lift the head, blink open the eyes, coming back to this space. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed this practice. Have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful rest of your week, whatever you get up to. If you enjoyed, please give this a like and maybe a comment. And if you want to, please subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you so much.